And I said, hey, yeah. What's going on, Jeromes? Here for some Q&A on this beautiful day. Thank you, everyone who submitted questions. We will do more Q&A videos. We'll do our best. First up is from Isaiah Smith. Am I alone feeling horrible about the way Kevin McConnell has treated Wentz? I get Wentz hasn't been good, but it feels like he's been sacrificed. Hello, my friend. We'll meet again. My sacrifice creed. I swear to God, there's something wrong with me. Like, I don't know if it's ADHD, but how much he's going through versus Kevin McConnell is Baby McCarthy. This is the most mad I think I've been at Kevin McConnell ever. I think that's fair. Where the NFL, I wouldn't be shocked if the NFLPA filed a complaint against Kevin McConnell, where Carson Wentz was clearly, visibly injured, and O'Connell kept trotting him back out there, potentially making his injuries worse. He was injured going to the game. He's been injured for a month. Injured since Steelers game, right? And also the fact that Wentz was not contributing to the Vikings' attempt to win the game. Like, Wentz was never going to win you the game, and still just kept trotting him out there. Now, O'Connell's trying to cover it as like, oh, we're protecting Max Brosmer and all that stuff, and we gone over the conspiracy theory that maybe he doesn't really want Brosmer to look good. But he can't say with a straight face that Carson Wentz was the best option for the Vikings, right? Because even Brosmer, not knowing what he doesn't know, and very minimal NFL experience, anyone fresh would be better than Wentz, because Wentz literally could not move, literally could not follow through on his throws, literally could not do anything, right? So I do feel bad for Carson Wentz, because it does feel like, we don't have the meme up, but it's the whole Mel Gibson Jesus meme where it's like, J.J. McCarthy is like, oh, we need to get him into tippy-top shape, and then Wentz is just out here being turned into hamburger week after week. So I don't know. And yeah, the whole handling of J.J. McCarthy, beyond the extended healing ankle time, which I understand, but the play calling the first 2 weeks, when these long developing plays, when you don't have Darrisaw, you had Justin frickin' School back there, and also just trying to get cute, run on first and second down, ineffectively, by the way, setting up third and forever, putting them in bad spots. It's the old Norv Turner, Adrian Peterson, Teddy Bridgewater thing, where it's like run, pass, punt. It's like run on first and 10, run on second and 10, third and 10, Teddy incomplete. What's wrong with Teddy? As opposed to the entire damn system, man. Yeah, but Wentz frankly deserves a little better, man. Also, just give her the ball. Yeah. Next, Reese Harrode. I feel like a hallmark of Kevin McConnell's tenure has been inconsistent levels of preparedness. It seems that his play calling is inconsistent. Getting out of huddles is slow. Wins are full of procedural penalties and turnovers. Am I alone in thinking this? I don't think you are. No, because that's something, too, where speed in and out of huddles, even with a veteran like Darnold, even with Kirk Cousins, it just hasn't been there. So I don't know if it's wordiness of play call. I don't know if it's a lot of, well, also the Vikings have had continual quarterback turnover, pun intended, outside of a couple of years with Kirk Cousins, with Kevin McConnell. So that could be it as well. And it just does seem like the operation is a little bit slower, and also the pre-snap penalties are ridiculous, as well as the third and short and fourth and short is almost becoming a meme at this point, right? Where he just refuses to run the ball, tries to get cute, doesn't go for it on 4th and 1. When he does go for it, it's like, here, damn. Like, there isn't. It doesn't seem like there's a consistent plan or foresight, where, not to be like harsh, but it seems like there isn't a plan for a drive or a set of downs, where it's just more like, oh my God, it's 3rd and 4, what do we do? It seems like it's almost like every play is in a vacuum and there isn't a coherent strategy throughout there, outside of some scripted plays, right? So I don't know if the answer is Kevin McConnell giving up play calling, which people have talked about quite a bit. So I don't know. But levels of preparedness, like there's been, you can consistently count on 2 or 3 times a year where the Vikings literally simply do not show up, right? And that comes down to coaching. That comes down to managing emotions, managing the team's temperature throughout the week. And I still believe in Kevin McConnell. I still think that he's the quarterback whisperer indeed. But there's still room for improvement for the 2024 NFL Coach of the Year. Alec Rechtian. Nailed it. Changes need to happen. I was going to say charges need to happen. Who's getting arrested? Changes need to happen. This team is absolutely terrible. I don't know if it's the coaching, the front office, or both, but this team is just absolutely terrible. I feel like it's more inconsistency, and it's more the expectations going into the season, because everything on paper was good to go, except they don't play on paper because it would rip. So the Vikings double, triple down in the trenches. All the playmakers in the world. Defensively, they're going to get after somebody's ass. Andrew Van Ginkel would have been healthy, and that consistent pass rush as well as playing with a lead defensively. I mean that was going to be the recipe. Because remember, before the year, it's like J.J. McCarthy, all he has to do is keep the car on the road, because this thing's a Ferrari. But the Ferrari's broken down, and McCarthy got ejected from the. Oh, that got dark. Yeah, but I wouldn't say this team is absolutely terrible. They're playing like a terrible team. That's what it comes down to. Where expectations were here, they're right here. It wasn't a spot where they're like the Dolphins or the Jets, where everyone and their mom expected them to be terrible from the beginning. And that's the thing that's frustrating, because this team has so much potential and so much more room to be good. They just haven't seized the moment. Yes, you can blame injuries. Yes, you can blame inconsistent O-line and quarterback play. Yes, you can blame a lot of things. But, it starts with KOC. We got to start hitting on some draft picks, man. Kevin O'Connell not getting this team ready and good to go. And it goes down to the players, too. There's plenty of disappointment to go around right now. And also, the team is still 3-4. The Vikings have probably started off with the worst possible scenario for this season, and they're still 3-4. So, Arfrey, what is going on with Darrisaw? How did the training staff manage to turn him into Greg Oden? Is it time to? I still remember like Greg Oden, Mike Conley at the Ohio State University. Is it time to fire the training staff? IMO. These injuries always take the max time, and guys don't seem to be fully healthy when returning. I feel like. It might be fair to question the medical staff, and I know that there's been some changes there during the last couple off seasons. But yeah, with Darrisaw, I don't like the way they're basically getting half pregnant. Well, either he's 100% or he's not, right? And if he's not 100% confident in the knee, remember, we're about a year removed from him tearing everything. So the fact that he's even back he's way ahead of schedule. But if he's pulling himself from the Browns game, if he's pulling himself after 2 series against the Chargers, what are we doing? And either he's fully confident or not. I know he's relearning to use that knee and all that stuff, but also with the training staff, you look at the number of injuries as well as you look at the timeline progressions, as well as there's obviously things that you can't mitigate, like Ryan Kelly getting concussions, J.J. McCarthy high ankle sprain, all that stuff. But the frequency, also how many hamstring injuries are we going to have on this damn team? All right, now it could just be a little bit of puck luck going against you, but there seems to be a trend. A lot of injured players, a lot of players who stay injured a lot longer than the timelines think. So, lastly. Gadsden, Ball. Feels like Flores' defense has been figured out. I feel like there's a time every year where offenses sort of have their way with the Flores defense. Came a little bit early this year. Yeah, but I feel like it does all start and end up front. Like the defensive line, Allen, Hargrave have been exceedingly disappointing, right? And the Vikings basically completely turned over the defensive line, but Allen, Hargrave basically just hammering a check. And they've been bad against the run, which sets up second and shorts, third and shorts. very manageable down and distances. Pass rush has been, outside of Grenard and Redmond, the pass rush has been very disappointing as well. And that puts a lot of pressure on the secondary. And as we said at the start of the season, like, the best defensive back is a good pass rush. And the Vikings haven't had that. Plus, Flores is sinking back into the, well, I got to blitz, so let's blitz. And let's leave the back end exposed. Because even sending 5, sometimes 6, you're not getting home. Because teams understand, like, hey, we need to get the ball out quick, as opposed to Kevin O'Connell's like, my offensive line sucks and the quarterback is hammered to ish. Let's call these long developing 5 and 7 step drops because I want to throw the ball downfield because we're all about explosive plays in this offense. But other than that, I have no thoughts. Anyways, that's it. Q&A on this beautiful day. You guys are the best. To do Skull Production Value.